all doing? Welcome back to COGIC Geechie Gal, and today we are going to do shrimp and grits. This is a low country, which is in Charleston. This is a low country favorite dish. Now, there's several different ways that you can do shrimp and grits, okay? But this time, I'm just gonna do simple and easy, okay? Simple and easy, but the flavors are just superb. I thank you so much for watching. Come on, let's get started. All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with our grits, okay? I have some water already boiling on here, and we have right now 4 cups of water. And some people use chicken stock. You can use chicken stock, but look, I told you we're gonna go simple and we're gonna go easy. So if you don't have any chicken stock, you still can get it accomplished, okay? So I'm gonna go with 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm just gonna go ahead and just get it. And the one thing about butter is it has all the little tablespoons on here. So we're gonna go 2 tablespoons of butter right here. And we're going to put it in our water. I've already pre-salted it, so what I did is I only put about a tablespoon of salt into the water. That way you can you want to make sure that your grits are not bland. What I'm doing now is I'm putting 1 cup of 5-minute quick grits into the water. So you want to make sure that when you're doing your grits that you always make sure that you stir in your grits. If not, it's going to be lumpy. So you want to slowly just stir it in there. And right now the eye is on high, but once we get all of our grits in there, we're going to turn it down and let it simmer, because if not, the grits will pop all over the place. Let's wait till a little boil get on it, and then I'm going to put the top on it. There it is. Turn it down to low. I'm gonna put the top on it and I'm gonna let that simmer. Okay, so now we're going to we're gonna prep for the shrimp. All you need really with the shrimp is some raw shrimp. And what I did is I just used the bag shrimp from the grocery store, and I thawed it and I made sure I peeled it off, or you can get the one that's already peeled. And I have some onions and some scallions and some seasoning. All we're gonna do is use a little bit of butter, cut up the onions, saute those. We're going to go ahead and throw in our shrimp, raw shrimp, and then we're going to add some of our seasonings. Now, what I do have is I have some prawns. Now, look, my husband wanted to make sure that he gets some big, gigantic shrimp for his shrimp and grits. So we have some pre-cooked big old prawns that we already got from one of the local markets that we support. And we got that for the beginning, or the end, I should say, of the shrimp and grits. So I'm going to cut an onion. Now, look, I know people do things differently, but it's just simple for me. This is what I learned in chef school, okay? So all you do is you get a nice chef knife, a wide knife that's big like this. It just kind of works better, but you can use a small knife, whatever works for you. But I use a chef knife. And you just cut down on each side. Each side of the onion, you just cut off the heel of the onion. Move the trash. And then you just take it and cut it straight down. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to peel off all of the skin of the onion. So that way all we have is just the white part of the onion. Turn it to the side where the heel parts are on your left and your right. You take your chef knife, see how I have it gripped here? And you're going to just press down, going down just like that. And what you're going to do, you're going to turn it this side, and you're going to do the same, just press down. Then I'm going to take what I've already cut, I'm just going to turn it to the side just like this. And what I'm doing is I'm going to rough chop it, and I'm going down just like that. Rough chop. Easy. And now the onion is cut. And then that way you don't have to worry about your eyes, you know, because you're not taking so much time. It's already cut. My eyes don't have time to water. How about that? So the onion is cut. This is about all we need for our shrimp and grits. But if you like to have more, you can. If you like to add more, you can. But this is all we're going to need right now for this, okay? Okay, so now as we continue on with doing our prep for the shrimp, you got to make sure that you stir your grits, okay? Because if not, your grits will stick to the bottom of the pan. So all we're doing is stirring it. Those grits look very pretty, very creamy. That's lovely. So we'll come back and we'll finish the grits because we're going to add some cheese to this. But we'll do that closer towards the end, okay? All right. Okay, so right now we're getting ready to do our shrimp. We're getting ready to saute our shrimp. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to get a little bit of vegetable oil just to coat it. I'm going to use maybe about a tablespoon of vegetable oil in the pan, and then I'm going to go ahead and top it off with some butter. So again, I'm going to get about a tablespoon of butter this time, and I'm just going to put it in there because I'm getting ready to saute our onions and then saute our shrimp. So I got that going. Now I'm going to throw in my onions. And because butter burns, you don't have to always wait till the stick already is already melted, because it's going to melt. But butter burns, so that's why we add the vegetable oil in there, just to kind of help with the coating so it doesn't burn so quick. I'm going to go ahead and add in my shrimp. And again, shrimp draws water, so you just want to make sure that you're not pouring it all in there, because you're going to pour all the water in. So you want to make sure that you drained it, but even if it sits, it still have a little water. So I'm just kind of putting the spoon in it or forking it in. And as you can see in my bowl, all that water that's down the bottom, and I don't need that into my thing. So I'm going to go ahead and stir it around. And because shrimp actually cooks really fast, we're just going to go ahead and just saute it until it turns pink. As it's sitting, I'm going to go ahead and throw some seasoning in here. I have some seasoned salt, and I'm just putting about a tablespoon of seasoned salt. I'm going to add some slap your mama, and I'm just going to generously just put it over there. Some garlic powder, about half a teaspoon, half a tablespoon for each, season to taste, and you can always add more. And this is onion powder. I'm going to go ahead and throw in some Old Bay seasoning, and I'm going to go ahead and cut my stove off. I cut it off because it cooks fast. And turn it around here. Now that the shrimp is done, I'm going to set it off to the side because I don't want it to continue to cook, because if you cook shrimp too long, it will get rubbery, and we don't want rubbery shrimp. So what I'm going to do now is, now that it's resting, I'm going to go ahead and put 2 tablespoons of butter into the shrimp as it rests. And this right here is going to help with the end result of our shrimp and grits. Okay, so now we're going to tend to our grits. So now our grits are nice and thick. Look how beautiful those grits are. Nice and creamy, no lumps, just wonderful. So now I'm going to add in my cheese, shredded sharp cheese, a cup of shredded cheese. And I'm just going to go ahead and just put about a third of that into, well, matter of fact, I'm gonna put all of it. Why? Because we like cheese. We just love cheese, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and just stir in the cheese. Look how beautiful that looks. Just stir it in, and it's nice and creamy. Just stir it in there and just let it sit. Look at our shrimp. Our shrimp is here. The butter is melting. It's nice and beautiful. We're just going to go ahead and just make sure that all the butter is melted and that everything is incorporated, all those flavors and everything incorporated. Now we're getting ready to plate, okay? So we'll be back for how we plate and how we garnish our shrimp and grits. Okay, right now our shrimp and grits is pretty much complete. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and plate our shrimp and grits. So what I have here is I just have a nice serving bowl. You can do it individually if you like. You can put it in individual bowls, but I'm just going to put it in this right here, and I'm going to show you how we plate it. So now we have our, look at that, nice cheesy grits. So I'm just going to pour it in so that it can go in there nice and creamy. Look how beautiful that is. And I'm just going to pull it down. And this right here makes a perfect dish. And this right here serves about 4. To go ahead and spoon in the nice buttery shrimp. So I'm gonna spoon it in, and you do want all of the juices to be incorporated. And I'm only going to use, look at that, how beautiful that is. I'm going to cover the top with all the shrimp. Put it on the edges. Put all that juice on there. And this, like I said, this is just a simple shrimp and grits. Now, down in the low country, we actually use like a gravy. We do shrimp and grits like with a gravy sauce as well. And I can come back a little later and show you how to do that on another video. But today we're going to keep it simple, and we're going to keep it wonderful. So we have that there. Now we're going to go ahead and garnish. As I put this to the side, we're going to go ahead and garnish with more cheese. And we're just going to put it around the edges. And we're going to allow the cheese to melt. Look how beautiful that is. Put that around the edges, and then we're going to take our wonderful, wonderful big old shrimp. We're going to just place it right here in the middle. And then we're going to add our green onions for color and a little bit more taste. And there we have our shrimp and grits. Wonderful shrimp and grits made by yours truly. How beautiful and how wonderful that is. Just some butter sauce, shrimp and some butter sauce with big old colossal shrimp on the top. And there we have it, our shrimp and grits. So I thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for tuning into this channel. You didn't have to do it, but I thank you so much. Now I would ask that you give me a thumbs up. I'd ask that you subscribe to my channel, and I ask that you please share. Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring, so please share. We thank you so much for watching COGIC Geechie Gal, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.